Michael Jackson's Thriller album redefined pop music and the way it was marketed. It is one of the most successful albums of all time, selling a reported 55 million copies. Thriller was also the first album to have 9 videos released with it. In this video, we are going to take a look at why Thriller became so revolutionary and how Michael Jackson's Thriller changed the world of popular music forever. But before we begin, welcome to Brian Murphy Official, a channel where we make mini documentaries about the biggest and most influential musicians who have ever lived, both past legends and today's stars. So if that sounds good to you, check out our other videos and subscribe to grow with us as a channel. Don't forget to like the video if you did. And let's continue with the video. Making the album. Pre-Thriller, Michael Jackson's career had only been going from strength to strength. His previous album, Off the Wall, was critically acclaimed and sold over 10 million copies. And yet, Jackson was dissatisfied, and he felt that the album deserved the Grammy Award for Record of the Year, and that racism in the music industry was stifling his career. In 1980, Rolling Stones declined to run a cover story on Jackson, leaving him incredibly frustrated. The artist said at the time, "I've been told over and over that black people on the cover of magazines doesn't sell copies. Oh, but you just wait. Someday those magazines are going to be begging for me and begging to get an interview of me. Maybe I'll give them one, or maybe I won't." So it seems that for his next album, Jackson wanted to make a serious impact, striving to create something where, quote-unquote, every song was a killer. Speaking at the time, he said he was annoyed by albums that had one good song and the rest were like the B-side of an album. Why can't every song be a hit? Why can't every song be great so that people would want to buy it even if you release it as a single, he continued. That was my purpose for this album. I wanted every song to be absolutely phenomenal. So in order to make this a success, Jackson, for Thriller, worked with producer Quincy Jones, who had also produced his Off the Wall album. In total, the two worked together on 30 songs. 9 of the 30 were included on the album. Critical reception. Thriller was eventually released on November 30th of 1982 by Epic Records and internationally by CBS Records. It was an instant success and slowly but surely climbed the charts, reaching #1 on the Billboard Top LPs and Tapes chart by February 26, 1983. The album wasn't just a commercial success, it was critically acclaimed too, and it helped cement Jackson's status as a music legend. The New York Times wrote that, "In the world of pop music, there's Michael Jackson and there's everybody else." While biographer Jay Randy noted that at some point, Thriller stopped selling like leisure items, like a magazine, a toy, a ticket to a movie, and started selling like a household staple. Thriller was also hugely influential in that its release and subsequent success helped break down barriers for black musicians. Ethnomusicologist Miles White surmised that Thriller updated the crossover aesthetic that had been the holy grail of black popular music since Louis Jordan in the 1940s. The album obviously influenced many other contemporary artists who tried to emulate Thriller's sound and ultimately came to define 80s music with its electric blending of genres. Its impact extends beyond the 1980s too. Cultural critic Nelson George wrote in 2004 that Jackson, quote, educated R. Kelly, Usher, Justin Timberlake, and countless other artists with Thriller as a textbook. Beyoncé Knowles also commented that she would have never ever performed if it wasn't for Michael Jackson. The 14-minute-long music video for Thriller's single, directed by John Landis, also changed music forever. As Phil wrote in The Guardian in 2013, the short film, quote, revolutionized music video production. And to this day, Jackson's red leather jacket and iconic dance moves from Thriller also remain instantly recognizable. At this point, Thriller went on to change the cultural zeitgeist at the time. In fact, it went on to become the best-selling album ever, with 32 million copies sold worldwide by the end of 1983. The album helped launch Jackson's international career as well, topping charts across the world. More recently, in 2017, Thriller was certified 33 times platinum, and to this day, it remains the best-selling album of all time, with over 70 million copies sold worldwide in total. The eventual aftermath. After Thriller, Jackson's music career continued to grow at an exponential rate. In 1987, he would release seventh solo record, Bad, which sold over 35 million copies worldwide, making it another one of the best-selling albums of all time. Moreover, Jackson went on to be honored by 2 presidents and was eventually dubbed the King of Pop. Jackson continued to make music up until his death on June 25, 2009. He had planned to go on tour just weeks after his death, with shows planned in London, Paris, New York City, and Mumbai. I would have loved to see those performances, truthfully speaking. But although Jackson's legacy is a complicated one, Thriller remains as in demand as ever, and as recently as 2018, The Independent named the record the most inspiring album of all time. Thriller continues to captivate listeners and influence musicians till this day. The fact that it's even still the best-selling album of all time 4 decades later speaks for itself. But let us know what you think in the comments below. If you had Michael Jackson's success in his Thriller era, what would you have done with that success? In fact, would you be scared of that amount of success? Write it down in the comments below. And we hope you watch more of our videos, and we hope you subscribe if you enjoyed the video to see more upcoming videos that are truly earth-shattering. If you liked the video, press the like button, and we'll see you guys next time.